What is going on, guys? My name is Dawson Redden and I'm a proud Gryffindor, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So, a few weeks ago, you may remember a video I did that sounded a little bit like this. Mr. Peter Kenneth.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Well, after airing that video, I told you guys there was a second part to that video, something that was just mind-boggling to me, something that was crazy to me, and really something that just hasn't completely soaked in and settled in just yet. But I think after today's video, it's really going to hit me, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into today's video. Accio intro. So I woke up this morning to a knock on the door to not one, not two, but 3 boxes that are all something that we're going to be talking about here on the channel. Now this box and this box, although they are important and we will have videos on them soon, they're not nearly as important as to what's in this box here. So when you guys hear this story, it's going to blow your mind, and it still is blowing my mind. And I can't believe that this is even real, and I think I have to get into the box before it actually hits me. I don't want to say what this is just yet, but I do want to say thank you to a gentleman named Ryan. I'm not going to give out his last name, but his name is Ryan, and he runs a page over on Instagram called Magical Antiquities. He also has a YouTube channel here called Magical Antiquities. I don't think he uploads any content to it, but that's what he goes by here on YouTube and over on Instagram. He shares a lot of different pictures and magical content involving Harry Potter books. So not only was Ryan kind enough to do what he did involving this box, but he also paid for shipping and insurance on this because he was so worried about it maybe, you know, just God forbid something bad happened to it. So he paid over $127 to ship this to me out of his own pocket, which is already beyond kind. So, from what I understand, there are 2 different boxes. The box that you see here, and then there's an inner box that the item is in. So, we're gonna go ahead and get this bigger box kind of out of the way, and then we will start telling the story once we get to the box inside. Whew, this is crazy. This is so crazy. When you guys see what is going on here, so Ryan packaged this very well. Tons of foam here. We have bubble wrap, and then we have a bunch of these. You may have seen these in the video that I did where I unboxed the J.K. Rowling poster. And then down inside of here, we have another box. And this is the box that contains the item that is about to blow us away. He shipped this in a Wizarding Trunk box. We've yet to get our hands on Wizarding Trunk, although we are signed up for the Keep Collecting box that Peter is doing in conjunction with the Wizarding Trunk. I don't know if I want to pull the item out or tell you the story first. I think I want to tell you the story first because I'm so nervous about opening this. Okay, so you guys remember, if you watched the video that I did talking about the Potter Collector's Sale, I had went after an item. It was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It was a deluxe edition first printing book with a autographed book plate by J.K. Rowling inside of it. When I went for that item, it had already been sold out by the time I got into the site. So then I went for another item. That item happened to be Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and that was signed by J.K. Rowling as well, and that book in particular is a very ultra rare book. I was not able to get my hands on either of them because they were both gone. So then I went after the poster, which you guys had seen in the video where I revealed that poster. But that poster was gone as well, but little did I know that my wife had went behind my back and she had bought that poster for me and snuck around and had it delivered here, which you guys got to see. And then I got to sit down and talk with Mr. Peter Kenneth himself, which was a phenomenal experience in its own, about the poster, about his cell, and how he acquired the poster. It was a phenomenal experience. Well, during all of this, I received a message over on Instagram from Magical Antiquities, which is Ryan. And at the time, I didn't really know exactly what was going on or who he was, but I want to read you what he sent me. So this was actually Wednesday of last week. The message goes, "Hi Dawson, loving your Instagram, and I'm currently watching your YouTube video on the New York Harry Potter store haul. I am also new to Instagram and just started pushing out stuff. I have been thinking about also doing a YouTube channel and was curious about the equipment you use and what video editing software that you use. I am also working on a project which would include creating a Harry Potter themed charity which would send books to hospitals, medical centers, etc., where kids and adults are going through medical procedures. Inspired by this community just like you, I was curious about maybe talking about collaborating or keeping in touch. My name is Ryan, but I have to keep somewhat anonymous due to my job. Being you can look me up on LinkedIn if you want, I figured it would help show that I am a real person. I am not looking for anything more than just connecting with a like-minded Harry Potter fan and influencer. Take care and best of wishes." So Ryan sent me that really nice message, and I wasn't expecting anything of it. So I messaged Ryan back and I told him, you know, all the equipment that I use and everything, and we just kind of talked it up a little bit. And then this is the message that started everything. He said, "Thanks for the response. I had seen your video that Peter posted about missing out on one of the books. I was heartbroken and wondering if I had snagged the one you wanted. I had picked up the signed Philosopher's Stone and the Urdu and Macedonian copies. I debated so long on getting the American JK signed copy of Goblet of Fire, I ended up settling on getting more items rather than just a few. I can't wait to see your video." So then I replied to him and I asked him, I said, "So you got the autograph bookplate Philosopher's Stone Deluxe Edition book?" And he said yes. So long story short, the book that I was going after was bought by Ryan. And Ryan happened to message me to ask me about video editing software, about what kind of camera I use, and we just happened to have a great conversation, which led to me finding out what book he had bought. And I told him, I said, "Wow, that's crazy." He thought that I was going after the Goblet of Fire book when he saw my story, but little did he know that I was actually going after the Philosopher's Stone book. And I told him, I said, "If you ever decide that you want to sell that book in the future, which I know you probably never would, just let me know. I would be very interested in it." Ryan messaged me, I think it was the next day. Ryan messaged me, I believe, on Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. So the very next day, Ryan messaged me, and he told me he was going to think about letting it go because he could see that, you know, it meant a lot to me, maybe more to me than it did to him, and he was at a place in his life where he could do something good for somebody, and he wanted to. I was blown away that he was even considering it. And then that night, Ryan messaged me, and he said, "Hey, I've made my decision. I want you to have the book." At this point, I literally sobbed, and I couldn't believe that someone in the Harry Potter community could be so kind to have let something go that is so rare. And guys, by now you know what's in this box. Ryan, I can't thank you enough. I literally have chills. Guys, let Ryan know down in the comments how amazing he is. I don't know if you believe in miracles or if you believe that God opens up doors, but I just think it's mind-blowing that the book that I desperately wanted was bought by somebody with such a kind heart, and then that person somehow found me through an Instagram story and then just in random conversation finds out that the book that I actually wanted was the book that he purchased, and then to not only find that information out, but then to let the book go to a random stranger that he doesn't even know. Alright. I'm full of emotions right now, and I'm ready to get into this. So let's do this thing. I'm so nervous. I'm more nervous about this than I was the last video. I thought by this point I would be like sobbing. But I just have this weird feeling over me that I can't really explain. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. Okay. Okay, now it's hitting me. I know this is real now. Ryan packaged this so well. We've got, as Peter would say, schnigglies all in the box. And here it is, guys. I can't believe what I'm holding in my hands. What's even crazier is Ryan never even opened it. It was packaged like this by Peter. In the bubble wrap. It says Philosopher's Stone Deluxe signed. And Ryan never took it out of the packaging. He never looked at it, nothing. Alright, I'm going to be very careful with this. I'm literally shaking. Alright guys. Here we go. Becoming more real by the minute here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here it is. Not only was this book wrapped up and just shipped so tremendously, but then it's also been put in this plastic wrapping to keep it even more safe. This is a beautiful copy. I still can't believe this is real. Ryan, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. This means so much to me. I thought I was just going to burst out in tears and cry, but I think I'm still in shock. I have this weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Here it is. The rarest item now in my collection. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Deluxe Edition by J.K. Rowling. Let's get it out of this package and look at it. I'm gonna keep this bag because I want to keep the book in here. If you guys don't know about this book was printed in 1999. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone Deluxe Edition. It was done in cloth spine and cloth boards. No dust jacket. This is a cloth material. And then all the letters and the borders and everything on here, pages themselves, are done in gold. It's a gold gilding. And then in this box here you have a picture of the original artwork done on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So in this book, when we turn inside, we should know that this is a first edition. And then also in this book, there should be an unused book plate signed by J.K. Rowling herself. Okay, here we go. So here's the book plate with the original Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone artwork on it, signed by J.K. Rowling. So for those of you who don't know, J.K. Rowling's signature is notorious for forgeries. So her team created this hologram that she would stick in her books or on a book plate like this when she was going to autograph something, validating that it was a real signature. And this book plate has that on the back. It says JK, and then in this hologram it says secure, valid, and has a lock on it. This signifies that this book plate is an authentic, hand-signed book plate by J.K. Rowling herself. And I now have this book plate along with this beautiful copy of the deluxe edition book from 1999. I'm gonna set the book plate to the side. We're gonna go into this book. I'm gonna show you guys the number line in here. This book has never been read, it looks like, or really messed with. We have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone here. And then this next page should be the number line. And there it is. A 10-to-1 number line. So this is what you're looking for when you purchase a book like this. If you're looking for a first printing, you're looking for this 10-to-1 number line. 1 signifying that this is a first printing. If it went 10-to-2, that would signify that it is a second printing. 10-to-3, third printing. This particular one is a 10-to-1. This is a first printing from 1999. My mind is blown. I don't think it has completely settled in yet. Ryan, I know you're watching this, and all I can say is thank you. This is beyond kind. Beyond kind. This just shows you that the Harry Potter community is such a wonderful place. As someone who went and bought this book for themselves was willing to let it go to someone that he doesn't even know. And honestly, I have Peter to thank in all of this as well. If he hadn't shared my story, Ryan may not have found me. Ryan may never have messaged me. And then the conversation that me and Ryan had together may have never happened. But like I said, I believe God works in mysterious ways. And I think he opens up doors that we may not always understand at first. And I think this is one of those doors. This is a beautiful, beautiful book. And I don't want to get my sweaty, grimy hands all over it any longer. So I'm going to put it back into the plastic case here so that I can keep it clean. Before I do, let's look at this book one last time on the outside here. Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone, done in gold gilt with J.K. Rowling's signature at the bottom. This is not, of course, her signature, a real signature. I mean, it is a real signature, but she did not sign the outside of this book. This is printed on the outside of the book and done in the gold gilding, along with the original illustrated artwork here in this box, done in gold gilt around it. And then of course, on the spine of this book, we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, J.K. Rowling, along with the gold pages. This is insane. So guys, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you really enjoyed it and got something out of it. I can't thank Ryan enough for what he did. This is such a beautiful gesture and such a beautiful thing, and this is why I love the Harry Potter community. They're so willing to give back and think about others, and it's just amazing. And Ryan, thank you. This is the nicest thing that any stranger has ever done for me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you're all doing well. Remember, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you are subscribed, click that notification bell. That way you're notified of any future videos posted by myself or Scotland. I hope you have an amazing day. I'll talk to you again very soon. Knox.
Doesn't quite understand me. Know what I mean? Woo-hoo!